Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me in Yoga in Our City's virtual studio class for chair yoga. And my name is Anne. Now, please consult a medical practitioner before you engage in any type of exercise. This also includes yoga. Now, this is especially important if you are pregnant, if you are nursing, if you have a pre-existing condition, and or another thing is if you're taking any prescription medications, whether it be over the counter or prescription, okay? So again, we want to be safe. So it's always a good idea to check with your medical practitioner. Now, please note that tonight, the chair yoga will be a very gentle form of yoga that is going to be done sitting on your chair. That's why we call it chair yoga. Now, it's very beneficial if one has limited mobility and or if they're in a wheelchair and many other different kinds of situations that people may encounter during their life, okay? For example, if they had a knee replacement, leg replacement, whatever. Remember, keep in mind always that chair yoga is for everybody. Now, this class is focusing on developing and building our own inner strength. We will include this evening healing energy. I will do a meditation with you in healing energy. And you're going to pick out an area in your physical body that needs healing. This will also increase the connection you will have with your inner self. Okay, so let's begin. As always, we start the session with Sitting Mountain. Sitting Mountain is our foundational pose. You can always come back to Sitting Mountain. It's also a wonderful posture to have your body aligned while you're sitting down. So if you don't mind, just shimmy to the part of your chair in the front. You want to be safe, most important, but you want a space in the back. Now, with that space, you could either use a block, okay, or just in your mind's eye, visualize that space. So I'm going to use the block for right now. And I know that I am engaged in a foundational posture now. My body is open and ready. This is active sitting. Otherwise, you may catch yourself sometimes during the day slouching over. That is not a wonderful way to have our bodies stay aligned. Remember, when we're sitting straight, in all parts of our body are following the Sitting Mountain foundational pose. The great thing is that as you're sitting there, you can feel the activity of your lower body. Okay, so your legs, your thighs, your knees, your toes, your shins, everything is engaged, actively engaged. So now let's start with the base. And the base of the feet, there's a couple of fatty sections here, one right beneath the toes, and the other is on the heel. Now I'm going to invite you to press down, okay, right in front of you. Press down on those areas of your foot. Now, what is the distance between one leg and the other? Use your fists and glide it right up the legs. That's, again, the alignment of the sitting posture. I should say the Sitting Mountain pose also. Now you're going to take your fist again, bring it under your chin, allow your chin to be even with the floor in front of you. However, we're saving our neck by not stretching too far. The farthest you want to stretch your neck in a raising position will be where your wall meets the ceiling. Okay? Now, some of you may prefer to find a point we call a dristi right in front of you. That's fine too, whether it be 2 feet, 3 feet, again, perfect. Now from there, we're gonna take our finger, we're gonna zip up, and you're gonna, in your mind's eye, you're gonna visualize this, zip up, beautiful. Bring the arm down or the hand, feel comfortable. Now we're gonna move up to the shoulders. We're gonna bring the shoulders forward, up to the ears, and then shoulder blades touching. We're aligning the spine, a beautiful center part of the body. Every one of the vertebrae sits on top of the other. Beautiful. So this is our sitting mountain, and you can come back to this foundational pose. Maybe you need to stop halfway through a series of postures we're doing. You come back to sitting mountain. Come back to that nice active sitting pose. Okay, now we have our block. Now, in addition, I brought the roller, and this is wonderful for massaging the base of the feet. Okay, so I'm going to put that in front of me, and you may have a roller, maybe not. And I also brought little weights today. I wanted to introduce you to a very light weight. Okay, this actually is just 2 pounds. You can even find these with less weight. And the weight is good to do very lightweight and just increase the numbers slightly. So we'll go through that afterwards. Okay, so that's that. Now, next, I want to introduce you to the roller. Now, you may have something else that you're using. You could use your fingers, or you may have a rolling pin in the kitchen. Okay, and you may want to use that. Whatever floats your boat. Now, move the feet back and forth. And now, as you inhale, bring the knees closer to the belly. And as you exhale, extend. We'll do this 8 times. I'll do the counting. Now you may go as slowly as you like, being mindful of your movement, also your posture on your chair. All righty. Now we're going to stop, come back into that sitting mountain posture by, again, taking those feet and pressing down on the floor. Now, next, what I'd like to do is introduce you to the next set, which will be our weights. Okay? So if you have something, even your block, you can use that as your weight. Okay? So we're going to come back to that sitting mountain pose. And we're going to start with our intention. And our intention is, and you can have the same intention if you like, we're going to say it 3 times. I will say it out loud, and you may say it out loud, you may whisper it, whatever you'd like to do. Okay, and let's begin. I'm going to take my light weights and just place them on my thighs. Okay, let's begin. Intention. My inner light brings strength. My inner light brings strength. My inner light brings strength. Now, if you find the affirmation that really resonates with you, that you like, makes you feel good, you can do it and say it as many times during the day as you like. You may do some of them out loud, but then again, you could do it very quietly by whispering, my inner light brings strength. Or you could just think of it in your mind's eye. Close your eyes, relax, and now say it again. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to introduce you to the weights, and then we'll go into our complete breath. So whatever weight you have, of course, you want no strain. This is only to strengthen the muscles and the bones, okay? Very, very lightweight. So as you inhale, I'm going to bring the right weight up and then exhale down. I'm going to do very slow and mindfully. And be very aware of the sensation you feel. Now you may decide, oh, this is too much. So you just stop. You can either next time or during the day use a lighter weight, or you could use no weight and just move your arms up and down. You're getting the benefits because you are moving. You can also tighten the muscles. We used to call it isometrics, and that also is working. The muscles are responding. Okay. And then I'm going to put these down. And another one is we're going to exhale and inhale. So inhale, come forward with the weights. Exhale, push back slightly, opening the chest. Do this 3 times. Beautiful. All righty. So those are the weights. Now, some of you may have a nice cup of hot water or tea, whatever you have. Please feel free to be comfortable. So drink whatever you need to drink while you're sitting. Okay. Next, we're going to do a breath. And the breath is called complete breath. Now, this breath has many, many benefits. Number one, I'm going to say it equalizes the left and the right side of the brain. We call our sympathetic nervous system and we have a parasympathetic nervous system. We want those to be as equal as possible, but we use the parasympathetic maybe when we want to relax or we're getting ready to take a nap or sleep. The sympathetic is very important because visualize yourself walking on a street and then you decide to cross and you're going across the way and all of a sudden you see a car coming, you're going to jump. Your sympathetic nervous system is going to respond to keep you safe, hopefully. Okay? All righty. So let's begin with the complete breath. Find your nice, beautiful sitting mountain pose. And let's begin by inhaling. Nice full chest and exhale out through the nose. Be aware of the breath's movement, the chest movement. Inhale and exhale. Visualize your lungs moving through your body. Inhaling, they expand. And exhale, they contract. Now let's do a total of 3 more. Now for the complete breath, you can close your eyes. Okay? Feel relaxed. Get those shoulder blades pushed together and let's begin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Now you may open your eyes. And I'm going, it's a little chilly today, so I'm going to take my hands and just rub them together. Feel the sensations. Basically, we're doing now our warm-ups, okay? So we're going to do a stretch and flex the joints in the body, and this will allow space for the flow of the energy moving forth, okay? So we're going to do stretch and flex the joints. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to start with the upper body. Let's take our hands, fold them, and let's begin making circles with our wrists. Stretch and flex, and then we could reverse. Now, the stretch with this part will be, let's undo our fisted hands and bring our hands in front of us, the palms facing out, and let's take each of the fingers and allow them to move. Now here we're building flexibility. Want to keep those joints again lubricated, because if you think about what do we use these hands for? So many things. We use it to brush our teeth, to open our doors, to maybe grab a can opener, so many different functions. So we want to keep the joints actively flexible and lubricated, okay? Creating the space to allow this energy to flow through our entire body. Okay, next we're going to take our right foot, stretch it so the sole of the foot is facing out. We're going to do the same thing. Bring the toes down towards the floor and then back up. Again, you feel that beautiful stretch. Okay, again, let's come back to the intention. My inner light brings strength. My inner light brings strength. My inner light brings strength. Okay, now if you need to just relax that foot, you can take the right one and put it down, and then we're going to stretch the left one. Same thing. Toes up towards ceiling, and then in front of us. Up and down. You can feel what joints here. You can see the ankle moving. Such an important, it's a very sensitive area, very kind of fragile, I would say. So you want to keep this area lubricated and flexible, and watch every step. If you're walking, watch every step you make. Okay, now next, I'm going to hold onto the sides of my chair, make sure my shoulders are back, and I'm going to make circles. Feel the circles on the ankles, and then reverse. Beautiful. Then the opposite. And reverse. Great. Now I invite you to take your buttocks and just shimmy it around. Just thinking with the sitting mountain, that's the other area that actually I left it out today, but you want to take your hands and you want to push the flatty, push up on the flat flesh part of the right buttocks and then the left. And then you could feel those sits bones, those two sits bones, which perfectly align our spine and our body so it sits perfectly in the pelvis area. We want everything open and we want an active chair pose. You can tighten if you choose, tighten all the different muscles and then release. So let's do that just to feel the experience of it. Take your body, allow your fingers to come back the sides, and let's tighten even your face. Tighten it, tighten all the muscles. And then release. And you could do a ha release. Let's do it again. Tighten, tighten every muscle in the body. Tighten the face. And then release. Now we're going to do one more time. Tighten every part of the body. And let's release. Beautiful. Yeah, that always feels wonderful because you're doing the contraction and they're in contrast with each other, you know? It's beautiful. Okay, and you could do that just to awaken the body, like if you feel a little sleepy when you're at work or whatever. Okay, all different things. There's so many ways to activate different parts of our body. But remember, it all works as a unit. That's why yoga, the name really means union, uniting the right and the left side of the brain, the body, etc. Okay, now let's take our first posture. We're going to take the right hands and put them around that knee and stretch right up to the chest on the inhalation. Now use your core. Tighten your core And then cross, if you can, the right ankle over the knee. Perfect. Now, if you can, if you're on level 1, or yes, you don't want to do this, but if you're on level 2 or 3, you could take your hand and you could just push it down slightly. Now on level 3, we're going to push that foot further up the thigh and press down and breathe. Open the hips, open the pelvis. As you breathe, as you move, as you stay in the position, you're lubricating the hip joints. And then slowly, let's take that right foot and bring it down. Now we're going to do the left, because what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Okay? So again, take our hands, bring them around that left knee, and bring that left knee as close to the chest as you can. Breathing deeply. Again, feeling and building the inner strength, your healing energy. Wherever you need to heal in your body, that's where you're bringing your energy. And now let's take that left leg, and if you can, well, unless you're on level 1, then you only want to keep your foot very close to the ground. Level 2, and breathe. Now you're going to use your core. You're going to pull that knee into the chest and cross the left ankle over the right knee and gently push down. Big breath. Now you could do this 3 times if you like. So we would just do the same thing. Push the knee towards the chest. And then if you can, if you're on level 1, just take your foot and you have it against the opposite leg. And then you can just press down slightly on the right knee. And then we're going to do the opposite side. Bring that left towards the chest. Inhale, open the sits bones. Feel them engaged. Open the breath, the chest. And then if you're on level 1, you're going to simply put your foot against the leg. Level 2, a little bit farther up. And if you can, work that core. Level 3. And press down slightly on the left knee to feel the opening of the hips. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring that down. Now next, find your sitting mountain pose again. Come to a couple of inches from the back of your chair, sitting straight up. And now you're going to take your feet and you're going to wiggle. Wiggle them in a nice big V, as far as you can. Now, you're going to take the toes out and the heels in. So if you can see me, my heels are in, my toes are out. And now we're going to move into a nice stretch called the side bend. So we're going to take that left hand and slowly inhale. As soon as you get those fingers up towards the ceiling, you're going to come over to the left side, exhale. And then back down. Now let's do the other side. Inhale, stretch down. Feel the opening again, and you can also, at least I can feel my hip bones. Everything's getting lubricated. Visualize that. All the oxygen moving to that part of the body. Lubricating, allowing the flexibility in the joints. And as a result of that, we're creating space for the flow of energy or prana to go through the areas of the body. Beautiful. Let's just relax for a moment. And then let's stretch those feet and wiggle them right back to where they were. And let's come back into that foundational pose. And next, we're going to do something that's fun. You're going to walk your hands down the leg, and you can either tap, you can just walk them, or you can kind of give a little bit more of a tap, and then down to the shins, and then back up, tap, 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 tap. Feel the sensation. Or you could take your fingers, let's do it again, down the thigh, all around the knees, okay? Get the movement of the blood in the knees, right? Hopefully we won't have to have any knee surgeries. And then back up, feel the stimulation, the feeling and the sensation. One more time, and then back up, tap, 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 shins, knees, and thighs. Beautiful. Now let's just realign ourselves. Now we're going to move into the spine. So we're going to rest our hands on our knees. And you're going to inhale and slowly look up. Not too far though. Bring the chest forward. Now exhale, the head comes down and you're going to arch the back. We'll do this. Let's do this 6 times. Inhale. Be very aware of the neck. Come back, exhale. You also, as you're doing this, you may want to engage your core. I'm engaging my abdominal muscles. That's the area I'm sending the healing light to. And again. And again. And now we'll do it one more time. You're ready? Stretch forward, arching, looking up. And then exhale back down. Nice movement of the spine. Now let's take our shoulders and just make a shoulder roll. And stop and reverse the other side. All right. Now we're going to get ready for our meditation and begin to relax your whole body. So what I suggest, of course, is to sit back in your chair, but try to keep that lower part of the back against the chair so you don't slump over, right? You want everything open. The chest is open. And begin to close your eyes and just move into the breath. Visualize right in the middle of your chest a light. And this light is sending healing energy throughout every area of your body, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Breathe into that inner light. And now I'm going to invite you to come back into the space you're sitting in and open your eyes and just kind of focus. Where are you? Where are you right now in the room? And you all did really well this evening. Thank you for spending this half hour with Anne, me, in chair yoga. And every week on Wednesdays, I have a chair yoga session from 5:30 to 6. So please join, please join us. And remember, everybody can do chair yoga. Okay? So I'm going to sign off now and keep practicing. Practice every single day your breathing and your movement. And until we meet again, have a great week.